You are in the reproduction of the original factory fort site that stood here where Fort Madison, Iowa is today between 1808 and 1813. And this facility was reproduced in Riverview Park. It again is a reproduction of a factory post, which is a United States government trading post. And so this facility met the government's obligation to Article 9 of the Treaty of St. Louis, which signed 1804, which said we'd provide a trading post to the Sauk, Fox, Iowa, and Des Moines River Sioux. So those folks would come in here and trade with the government. And so in the pre-war years, up until 1812, it was a very peaceful existence. This was the third highest grossing factory in the whole government system. And only Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Fort Osage out in western Missouri made more money than we did. But when the war got underway, we were attacked primarily by Menominee and Winnebago, coming out down from what is today Wisconsin. And they were attacking us on orders from the Shawnee War Chief Tecumseh and his Confederation and the British High Command. And so throughout 1812, 1813, there's quite a bit of fighting. We are the scene of the largest battlefield in the state of Iowa. Because of a siege that occurred here in September of 1812, Tecumseh attacked two forts in Indiana and this place all within a few hours of each other. It's the largest coordinated native offensive in American history. And he hit all three within a few hours of each other. They timed it off the moon. It was a new moon, the 4th and 5th of September. And so at any rate, the big impact that offensive had on Fort Madison was that the trading post burned down. So for the last year, from September of 1812 until November of 1813, they didn't carry out the trade here anymore. This fort became a center for native refugees fleeing out of the north because they discovered if they weren't actively supporting Tecumseh and the British, their own people would attack them. So they come down here to get protection and get out of the war zone, and a lot of those people are moved down on the Missouri west of St. Louis by September of 1813. But the problem was the hostile elements of those tribes could move in with them, and so it becomes a really terrible guerrilla experience here throughout the summer of 1813. And then to cap the whole nightmare off, their contractor, a man named William Morrison, began to cheat them and ship up rotten meat and